Today, we're going to look at some common problems with words that could be one word or two. So, let's start with maybe. When it's one word, maybe is an adverb that means perhaps or possibly. For example, maybe I'll go to Wales this summer. It's a possibility, I'm not sure. Whereas when we use it as two words, we have a modal verb that is showing possibility or permission, and an infinitive form of the verb. For example, there may be some rain tomorrow. It's possible there will be some rain tomorrow. This one is a very commonly confused one, sometimes. When it's one word, it's an adverb of frequency. So an adverb that tells us how often something happens. For example, he sometimes has a bath in the evening. But if we use it as two words, it's essentially the plural of the countable noun time. For example, the shop gets very busy at some times during the week. So there are some periods of time during the week when the shop gets very busy. Now, in the singular form, essentially without the S, some time as one word means at some point. For example, I'll come back sometime later. I'll come back at some point later. I'll come back later, but I don't know when yet. Whereas some time, two words, means an amount of uncountable noun time. For example, I have some time tomorrow when I could help you. These four are very commonly confused, particularly by learners of English. So do make sure you get them right because the meanings are very different, as you can see. Similarly, someday, one word or two. Well, as one word, it means an unspecified time in the future. So a time in the future, but we don't know when, or we don't say when. For example, someday I'll buy a new laptop as this one is getting old. At some time in the future, we don't know when, someday. Whereas two words, it means one day that is unknown or unspecified. For example, I have an appointment someday next week. I can't remember when exactly. Already is also one that is commonly confused by learners. In two words, it means completely prepared. For example, are we all ready to go? So meaning all of us. Are we ready? Whereas one word, and notice we only have one L in this when there's only one word, it is an adverb that means before now, typically used with the present perfect tense. For example, I've already finished my assignment. And finally, overtime. So one word, it means time that's worked above the usual hours, so extra time at work. For example, nurses tend to do a lot of overtime. In two words, it's an adverb phrase that means little by little or gradually. For example, she put on a lot of weight over time. So perhaps it took some years, but gradually, little by little, her weight increased. Notice that a lot is 2 words, not 1. A lot of learners often write it as 1 word, but it is actually 2 words. So a mistake that learners often make are there were a lot of people, 1 word, but it shouldn't be 1 word. You need 2. A lot. Similarly, another common error is in spite of the rain, we went for a picnic. In spite is not 1 word. It should be 2 words. Despite the rain is 1 word, but in spite, we need 2 words followed by of. I hope that's helped you. Thank you for watching.